Hey, what's up, guys? This is Mr. Greek 2002. In today's video, guys, I'm going to be recapping my Santorini vacation in the summer of 2018. I'm now here at Santorini Essiatorio, which is a top-level, kind of like a fine dining Greek restaurant right here in my neighborhood. It's literally less than a minute away from my home here. I'm going to show guys some pictures of the trip, and beforehand, basically right now, I'm going to show you guys one of the times I went for dinner inside this restaurant with the same woman I went to Santorini with in the summer of 2018. As you guys know, / can find out, I was in fact making YouTube videos prior to taking this trip, but during this trip, I didn't plan on making any videos, especially not for YouTube. However, I did take some pictures, and I planned to take some pictures, so I ended up using my iPhone 10 / iPhone X. So, it's now guys story time. Here we go. Well guys, the story begins at none other than the actual airport. That's right, Pearson International Airport, just outside Toronto, Canada. We're going to be flying in this trip with Air Canada. Here we are now in our seat in the plane. It's going to be about an 11-hour or so flight directly to Athens Airport in Greece. This, guys, was our food on the plane. You could see here some kind of brownie, some bread, some corn and peas, and a quinoa and chicken dish. After 11 wonderful hours or so, together with my woman, we finally made it to Athens Airport in Athens, Greece, and we land. After walking for roughly half an hour or so down some long hallways, past some restaurants, cafes, tourist shops, etc. in the actual airport, we finally found the Santorini boarding location. However, we were still a bit early, so we had to wait there for a few hours. In this next picture here, we're actually on the bus heading on over to the actual plane. So now we're here getting off the bus, approaching the plane. Here now, we're boarding the plane. Here now we are actually on the plane, ready and boarded. You guys can see here we've taken off and we're pretty much almost there. You guys are looking at Santorini right here in this plane window. The flight took about half an hour. I'd say realistically about 20 minutes or so from Athens Airport. So alas, we made it. Welcome to Santorini.
Santorini, Greece. I put it on the map.
Here is a simple diagram of the actual island of Santorini. On top you have Oa, in the middle you have Thera, and then in the middle right side is the actual airport. Then down on the right side, kind of the bottom, is Parisa Beach, and then Perivolos Beach, which is essentially where our hotel is at. And then on the bottom left hand side, you'll see is the Red Beach. Wonderful. And there you have it. We've landed at the Santorini airport. There's the back end of it. After going ahead and talking to officials, you come out and you see all these car rental places here. I highly recommend, guys, actually going ahead and renting a car here. Especially if you're confident you can navigate through the island via an actual printed hand map or a cell phone. I ended up making a huge mistake by not renting a car here and by just focusing on taxi cabs. I highly do not recommend anyone focus on taxi cabs. That's the wrong way to go. I found out the hard way that taxi cabs here cost a fortune and an arm and a leg. Here, guys, right outside the airport is all the rental cars. Pick one and have one in mind. So guys, here is the actual taxi station right outside the airport front exit. It's right here in front of you and on the left hand side. So since we didn't get a rental car, we simply took a silver colored E-Class Mercedes-Benz as a taxi. The taxi ride took roughly about 45 minutes to get us to the hotel. And here we are, both of us, arriving at the hotel. Absolutely wonderful, guys. And as you guys just saw, our hotel was called Bella Santorini. That's right, there's a front entrance. Here's the door inside, the reception. There's from the inside, looking in, the reception desk. Wonderful. Here's what's behind the actual reception desk. Basically like a nice reception there, okay? And we checked in. After checking in, the lady at the reception desk showed us to our room and entered us inside, showed us everything, and also mentioned that the actual key has to be plugged into the door in a slot in order for the electricity of the unit to actually turn on and function and work. My woman put her suitcase in the back in the main bedroom, and I put my suitcase in the front foyer of the room. And for those who are wondering, yes, there was actually a guest information form on the back of the door. It's showing here 2012, but we actually went to the hotel in 2018, so obviously it's outdated. Once we did a quick unpack and settled down, we exited the room and went outside looking around. This, guys, is the actual buffet room where the food is actually served at, and therefore where you actually eat. You can choose to eat indoors or outdoors, it's up to you. We got there, guys, later on in the day, so therefore missed breakfast, but they did have some lunch left over for us, so we had some lunch. After eating lunch in the actual buffet room, we headed on over to the hotel room and therefore found out the safe code. We put all our important documents and valuables in the safe, and we basically went right to bed and took a very long and much needed nap. And you guys can see the safe here is actually located in the bottom left hand corner of the table against the wall. It's like a small beige box basically. After napping for so long and resting up, at nighttime for dinner, we managed to get up and head on over to Perivolos Beach, which was about a block away from our hotel. I'm very bad at remembering restaurant names and exact locations and whatnot, and exactly what I ate, but it was very similar to the picture you have here. Basically, I had like a souvlaki platter, and my woman had like a fish dinner. Alright, so it was getting late at night. We decided to head back to the hotel and call it a night, as we were both very tired from the 11-hour plane trip, plus the half an hour or so second plane trip to Santorini. That, guys, was a recap of the first day and night in Santorini together. For the next day, we started off right. We had our breakfast. Okay, we got up, got dressed, got ready, headed off to breakfast. Then we went back to the hotel. You can see here's a picture in front of our hotel room. And then we started to head on over to the actual Perivolos Beach again, where on the way there, we spotted these two animals. Please, guys, let me know what type of animals you think they are. I actually have no clue. I'm guessing one's a donkey and one's probably a mule. But please, guys, leave a comment in the comment section and actually tell me and let me know exactly what kind of animals they are. We just spent a good 10 minutes or so seeing those animals and playing a bit with them. And then we headed on over to Perivolos Beach. Here, guys, you can actually see the beach all the way down, and this section here is far down, and it's actually called Parisa Beach. After walking up the entire strip and then walking back down to Perivolos Beach, we finally settled down somewhere and began to swim. Here I am pre-swim, and then here I am after swimming. Sometime after swimming, we managed to find this wonderful dog. Oh my goodness, he's so cute. After having a wonderful day at the beach, we headed on over about a block into the actual Santorini island of this Perivolos Beach, and we found a very nice pastry shop. And we bought some pastries and some very cold water, and we started walking back to the hotel. On the walk back to the hotel, my Nike ACG, that's right, ACG, which stands for All Conditions Gear, sandals actually tore apart and broke on me while walking back to the hotel. These Nike sandals were at least 15 years old. That's right, 15 years old. So therefore, I guess when I put the sandals in the salt water just that day, but an hour or so ago, somehow the salt water created the glue or whatever was holding together my sandals to no longer hold and therefore tear apart. The walk to the hotel was actually on paved roads, and the pavement, walking barefoot on it, was so scalding hot. I thought I could just toughen it out and walk all the way to the hotel, but no, it was so scalding hot. My feet got so bad. What I did was, I actually decided to go into a local hotel, the nearest hotel I could find, within walking distance obviously, and have the front desk reception call me a taxi cab. The taxi cab drove me, I'd say roughly 2 to 3 minutes to my hotel, and I paid him €5, which was a bit much, but in a crunch like this, I think it was well worth it. Having just recently ate a pastry at a pastry shop, we still managed to come to the hotel on time and eat a small lunch. After lunch, we went back to the hotel room. I somehow treated my scalding hot feet, and we took a nap. Night was coming in, and it was therefore very close to dinner time, so we headed on over to Perivolos Beach, where we had a wonderful dinner, and I had some kind of pork meal like this. I think it's called kondosuvli, with french fries and some pita bread and some tzatziki sauce. It was absolutely fantastic. And here's a selfie I took of myself at that restaurant that night. And then after dinner, we went for a small walk, and then we headed back on over to the hotel room.